Just want to welcome you to a sharing and networking session organized by the PDA and our international partner, the Danish Design Center. The Danish Design Award run by the center has the same goals as actually the PDA, which is really to celebrate the impact of design, to see design as an enabler and a solution to complex social and economic issues. The theme of this exhibition and talk is actually titled Tech That Makes a Difference, Designing for Social Good with Technology, and sees a solid panel of award-winning designers from both PDA and DDA, and the outstanding outcomes of design that have made a powerful impact.
The InMo is a pillow or a cushion that plays music. It's adaptive music, and the important part is the person's suffering from dementia, who get into trouble because they cannot communicate, they lose their language, and they lose whatever quality of life they might have. And it gets increasingly hard to find out how to make their life just a little bit better. As a care person, if you work with persons with dementia, you say 10 good minutes a day are 10 minutes that weren't bad. It seems to create another way or be a medium for contact between people who have a hard time reaching each other. Not only people suffering from dementia, but also normal persons like you and I, who may not have the language we need to communicate about what is hard, but we could share a moment together with stuff like this.
1/3 of all food that's produced in the world is being wasted. 8% of the greenhouse gas emissions is actually derived from the food that we waste. The social factor, which makes you also think about the absurdity of the problem, since we produce more than enough food to feed everyone in the world, yet 870 million people, they still go to bed hungry every night. So the solution that we have is one where you get a big box or a bag, so that's what we call a magic bag, with all the surplus food that's left at the end of the day. And the reason why it's called the magic bag is you don't know exactly what you're gonna get from it. They actually really like that, because then that's the highlight of the day, to see, oh, what am I gonna get in the Too Good To Go bag? You order through the app, and then you go and pick up the food 30 minutes or 15 minutes before closing time, and that's it. I think that's actually a very, very simple way to fight a very complex problem. And a core of that is to inspire and empower everyone to take action against food waste. And that's much more important, because then we actually bring some awareness to how big this problem is.
When did we actually start? And it was actually when we were approached by GE Healthcare, said, well, we have this very interesting idea. We want to bring ultrasound to a lot of people who don't have access to such a device. We were very keen to investigate and find out what was happening in those spaces. So with all that information, we kind of went through pretty much what we do as designers, going through that practice of research, ideating, problem solving, bringing a group of stakeholders together. This is essentially a full gamut of expertise around the table. We had developers, we had program managers. One of the key factors that we were looking at is, how do you actually take away? It's not what you put in, but what can we remove from this device to make it as simple and as easy as possible to use without dumbing it down to the point where it's no longer effective. And what we were able to achieve was something that is context sensitive, so it changes according to how you're using it. And the beauty of a device like this is that it starts to give you some analysis and calculations so that you can identify whether the fetus is growing properly or whether there's some anomalies that you need to take care of. And I wanted to touch on this concept of design for impact. Of course, you need to have a vision. You need to be clear on what you're trying to achieve, and I think that very much needs to be supported by ground-up research. But above all, I think it's the commitment. It's the commitment from the client side to keep going through this. It's the commitment from everyone on the team. So I had a check-in with the GE team literally this morning just to see how things are going with this product. They've now shipped over 2,000 devices, many of them in Africa, in Nigeria, Ethiopia, and Ghana. This device is actually being requested in developed markets where its portability, its ease of use is also proving to be very, very effective. And this is literally in their email today. We continue to get good feedback about the design of the product. The portability, battery operation, and simple touchscreen UI are the most appreciated qualities. And that makes me very happy and puts a smile on my face. So really glad to have been part of this project.